Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you, and today we're going to be taking our first look at all the bits for the second place system as part of the 2012 Madness competition, and then the name of the rig has now been decided, as well as the first one, but we're going to be calling the rig Kryptonite to kind of go with that green theme. Right, so first of all, I'll lift it up. We're going to be using the Bitfenix Raider case. Now, it's not the best way for me to show you, I know it's not, but I've done a review on this, so go and have a look. The next video I do, what we're basically going to be doing is planning how I'm going to be getting the water cooling in this, because it doesn't natively support water cooling. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to be getting the Dremel out or not yet. I've not really had a good chance to have a look at this. I probably should have done before I really said I was going to put water in it, but no matter what I have to do, we are going to be putting a 240mm RX XSPC water cooling kit in this to be cooling the CPU. Talking of the CPU, I should really put this back up here. Talking of the CPU, it's going to be an Intel 3930K, which is one of the hex core 2011 CPUs, 12 threads, lovely bubbly. And we're going to be mating that up with a Gigabyte X79 UD3 board. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the old girl out quick, so that we can have a bit of a ganders, because it's actually a really nice subtle black Gigabyte board. Obviously sports triple SLI, but we're going to be using 570 in this, which will be air cooled. Yes, it's only got 4 DIMMs, but we're going to be filling all of those up. But yeah, I actually quite like the look of this board. Very nice, I think, and I reckon we'll be able to make a good system around this. Now, if I put the actual board back over there, we'll put the box over here. Graphics card wise, it's going to be getting an MSI graphics card, and it's the Power Edition with a Twin Frozer 3 graphics card in it. You can't really see it because it's in the anti-static bag, but that's going to be going in there. So this is going to be quite a stealthy kind of looking rig, I think. We've also got the Enermax Platimax 750 watt platinum rated power supply going in there. So ample power, it's going to be really efficient as well. Obviously where it's the Platimax, it's got bits of silver on it, so it's going to kind of tie in with the rig. The only real bits of green in it are going to be the cooling fans and the coolant. Coolant has been supplied by Mayhems, and we've got pastel coolant, which we're then going to dye up so it's nice and green. Memory and solid state drives are going to be Kingston. The solid state drive is 120 gigabyte HyperX. This actually was our 2011 choice for solid state drives. We actually really like these. And then memory wise, we've got 4 sticks, so 16 gigabyte in total because they're 4 gig a stick, and it's Cas9 1600 megahertz HyperX blue. A lot of you are going to say, why didn't you use the black, and yada yada yada, and a lot of people keep saying to me about, why didn't you use this bit, why didn't you buy that bit? But at the end of the day, guys, I do get a limited amount of choice around the bits that I want to do, because obviously I've gone NVIDIA this year, we went ATI last year, we kind of rotate it. But this was the RAM that Kingston wanted to send, so we've got this RAM. To follow the black and green theme a little bit more, the fans all on the radiator throughout the case are going to be Bitfenix Spectres. But we've also got Alchemy braided cable extensions as well, which we'll be using. You could have seen it in the third price rig that we've already done. The video's already live. I'll try and remember to stick a link to it here and a link to the competition as well. People keep asking me when I'm going to be choosing the winners. Well, I will choose the winners after the competition ends, and the competition doesn't end till the 28th of February. And then within a kind of a week after that, we'll get round to sorting out a random way of picking the winners and stuff. We can't do it straight away, and to be perfectly honest with you, it gives the hype up a little bit if we don't do it straight away. So yes, we will be doing that after that, and then we'll sort out with all the winners and all that kind of stuff. But obviously I need to do wrap-up videos and, you know, lots of other stuff, because what you've got to bear in mind, guys, is people have put up a lot of kit for this competition, so I've got to make sure everyone's happy. And not being funny, if any of the entrants aren't happy, that's their own problem, because I'm giving you the chance to win all this stuff, so I've done my bit for you guys. Now I've got to try and look after everybody else. But yeah, we will get around to it as soon as we possibly can do. You'll just have to sit tight and be patient. Another thing people keep asking me is about IP address, and oh, I can't enter any more than 10 times from my IP address. Well, what I actually said to you is you can enter from lots of different people's email addresses, so like family and friends and stuff like that, which kind of then makes you think that you might be going to your family and friends, or getting your family and friends to enter on your behalf. If you've got more than 10 people living in a single house, then I'm sorry, you're just going to be stuck. But we had some people making hundreds, well, it was robots really, we deleted the other day 2 million email addresses, because it was quite literally reoccurring email addresses where it was like Dave 1, Dave 2, Dave 3, Dave 4, Simon 5, Simon 6, Simon 7. And once you get to 10, we think you're taking the Peter Schmeichel a little bit, and we've now restricted it. But that was just because we wanted to make it a little bit more fair on the people that are just going to enter with their, for argument's sake, their own email address, their dads, their mums, their sisters, stuff like that. That's fair enough. But for all of you out there that have been making bots and stuff to enter, I think one person was 1.2 million times. Well, that person that took the mickey that much, we quite literally just deleted every single one of them and have banned him from the competition. Nice to see someone was putting the effort in, but there's a difference between putting the effort in and taking the piss. Because at the end of the day, that bloke could have won all 3, and that is never ever going to happen. We try and make this as fair as possible. And the idea was just like an email gathering exercise, not to have people sat there making 50 email addresses, because I've even seen people like, Hotmail won't let me make any more email addresses. Well, yet again, you've missed the point. Because basically the second that you send us an email, we've got your IP addresses, all kinds of stuff, just, you know, through the wonders of the internet, so we can see when they've come from lots of, you know, when it's come from the same person. So yeah, just trying to clear that up a bit. Right, if you've another question people saying is, I'm already signed up to the newsletter, do I still need to enter the competition? Yes, you do, because just because you've signed up to the newsletter doesn't automatically mean that you're signed up to the competition. So you still need to make sure that you go on and enter this competition. Hopefully the few glitches at the beginning have all been sorted out now and we should be fine. But yeah, there is a 10 IP address limit. That doesn't mean that you can start using like proxies and stuff like that, because we can still tell. But anyway, right, so that's this rig. Basically what I now need to do is go away, and I need to get my head round how I'm going to get the radiator in the front. So it basically means I'm going to have to get my drill out, I'm going to have to get my Dremel out, I'm going to have to get tape measure out, work out where the radiator is going to sit, whether I'm going to have to cut the front of the case and put a grill in, whether I can use the standard grill that's in the case already. I don't know yet. I know I'm definitely going to have to do cutting of some sort or another, and then it's a case of putting the bits in there, getting everything mated up, and then bleeding the rig out and stuff like that. Now, because of time restraints, because I know that the next rig might take me quite a while to do, I'm not going to be benching or anything like that at this moment in time. Also, another thing that people keep asking is about operating systems. We've got no plans to put an operating system on these this year. Obviously I've got a thing with Microsoft, but that's limited to the company stuff. And I hadn't made any plans to get any retail versions of OSs to send out with the rigs. I mean, not being funny, if you're going to be given a rig like this, it's nothing for you to go and pick up a copy of Windows 7. Also, the other thing was time, because putting the operating system on there means I then need to put all the drivers on there, set it all up, mess about like that. And I really didn't want to be, like I said, I've not really got the time to be able to do this. I was actually meant to have had the rig sorted last year. We had a problem with the graphics cards arriving. And then what I was actually going to be doing while the competition was running in January was benching the rigs. So I was actually going to build and bench over a 2-month period rather than a 5-week period. So my time has been, you know, massively restricted. So, you know, I mean, that's why I've had to cut corners and stuff like this, just to make sure that we can even run the competition in the first place. A lot of people have asked how popular the competition has been. Well, it has been very popular. We've got a month to go and we're already running at roughly 70% of the entrants that we had last year for the end of the competition. So we're doing really, really well. But that doesn't mean we're not going to slow up and, you know, stop telling you about this, because obviously we want as many people to enter as possible. The more people that enter, the more competitions I can run. The more competitions I can run, the better chance you've got of winning prizes. So it's all swings and roundabouts, but this is the way I like to do things. This is my way of trying to give back to you once a year, where I do something massive, put a lot of time into it. And do you know what I mean? Rather than just giving you a chance to win a motherboard, I'd rather give you a chance to win a massive rig, which A, is not really going to cost you any money, but more, you know, important than that, it's actually going to make a bigger impact here. Because if I give you a board and you've got to buy a processor, you've got to buy a RAM, then you're going to need a power supply, then you're going to want a graphics card. Sod it, I'll just give you the whole bloody lot, build it for you, and then all you've got to do is stick your operating system, get it set up the way you want it, and bosh, you can sit down next to it every day, just turn it on, bosh, and you can sit there thinking to yourself, thanks Tom, yeah. But anyway, don't want to blow my own trumpet too much. Maybe I do. Anyway, yes, this is Kryptonite. So I've got a fair bit to do. Yeah, oh, another thing people get asked me is about optical drives. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much null and void now. How do I install without an optical drive? Well, you can get external opticals that you put on USB. For the very, very limited amount of times I have to use it, that's what I do. But more often than not, especially with Windows and stuff like that, I've got it on USB stick. In fact, on my bench rig, it's in the front, is my Windows install USB stick. It's just a Kingston 4GB solid state drive, and that's got Windows 7 Ultimate on it. So that's how I do it on that. The only time I can honestly say that I have to personally use an optical drive, which is why I have one in my bench rig, is a lot of the time I get sent parts when the products are not even live on the manufacturer website. And I get an install disc with the product, so like a motherboard drivers or graphics card drivers or something like that, and then I have to use a disc. Some of the companies are getting a little bit better now, like the graphics card people, they have an FTP live before we get the products, and then I download the drivers from that. But with motherboard stuff, especially like when I did the Rampage 4 Extreme and things like that, which were really, really early, they just come with an install disc and there's no sign of any drivers anywhere. So that's pretty much the only time that I really use them. But if I was on the other side of the camera buying the products, I wouldn't have that problem at all. Game-wise, I use Steam. I'm not going to be giving out my Steam details, and sadly I don't accept Steam friend requests either, because I don't use it socially. I just use it for benching, and I can't be bothered with all the pop-ups all the time, which is why I deleted everyone. So yes, this turned more into a flip and subscribe video, hasn't it? Anyway, we're nearly 14 minutes in, and I've just shown you a few bits, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get on with moving on with this rig and ripping it apart, and then maybe tomorrow or over the weekend you may see another video appear of me test fitting parts in and seeing how we're going to get round stuff. But for now at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan with yet another video of me just talking loads. Out.